Hey guys, Sarah Halina here, and today I'm going to be looking at weirdly persuasive fan theories about Disney animated movies. So, stay tuned. Okay, so I'm on Ranker.com and looking at their list of weirdly persuasive fan theories about Disney animated movies. We shall see how weirdly persuasive they actually are. Alright, let's get to it. Number 1. Ariel and Hercules are cousins. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I covered this one too. I don't know. Maybe I didn't. I can't even remember. I covered it in the Little Mermaid one. Searching for a little genealogy, Disney and Greek mythology style. See if you agree. Ariel's father is King Triton, the son of Poseidon. Poseidon is Zeus's brother. Hercules is the son of Zeus. King Triton and Hercules are first cousins, making Ariel and Hercules first cousins once removed. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure I already reacted to this one. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Okay. Jesse's owner was Andy's mom. This age-old theory, huh? So many things helped line up the theory that Andy's mom is Emily. Andy wears a Jesse hat, not a Woody hat, in the original Toy Story. Emily probably wanted to share a piece of her childhood when she got him Woody, one of the Roundup gang. Okay. Also, Emily decorated her room with the 60s era pop culture, so she'd be the right age, in her 30s, when Toy Story trilogy begins. Okay. I do believe it. I think it's possible. I don't know. Maybe. I'm gonna go with yes. I believe it. I think it's true. I'm gonna go with that. Anna and Elsa are Rapunzel's cousins. Blondes hold the magic. Well, right out of the gate, I'm 99% sure Frozen 2 debunked this entire theory altogether. But blondes hold the magic. That's interesting. It's not true, but it's an interesting thought. So when King Agnar and Queen Iduna sail off, they may have been heading to Rapunzel's wedding. No, they weren't. When Rapunzel turned up for Elsa's coronation, fans definitely saw these two events as the sign that Anna, Elsa, and Rapunzel are related. They argue that Rapunzel wouldn't make the journey from Germany just for any royalty. I mean, maybe. There's also a theory that the blonde cousins carried the magic in the family. Rapunzel's superpower hair and Elsa's freeze ray powers are no accident, and King Agnar and Queen Iduna may have very good reasons for hiding their daughter away after seeing what happened to her cousin Rapunzel. Okay, so prior to Frozen 2, yeah, this kind of worked. And then Frozen 2 came along. And this is why I don't like Disney sequels. They ruin everything. There's the interesting theory, though. If you ignore Frozen 2 completely, which I can do because I still haven't seen it. I know, come at me, guys. But I do know what happens in Frozen 2. It's kind of hard to avoid at this point. But ignoring Frozen 2 altogether, the idea that the blondes carried the magic is the weird part. Because Tangled gave us an explanation for Rapunzel's powers. Her mom got sick, and she drank the sunflower. And the magic from the sunflower got passed on to her child, which was Rapunzel. She, in theory, wasn't destined to get powers. Like Elsa's powers came from somewhere. When you look at Frozen 1, Elsa's powers definitely came from somewhere unknown. Frozen 2 tells us where her powers came from. But looking at Frozen 1, her powers came from unknown. Rapunzel, we clearly see how she gets her powers. So the blondes hold the magic thing doesn't work. But yeah, that's besides the point. Captain Hook is the reason Ariel doesn't have a mom. Okay, again, I reacted to this one in the Little Mermaid Theory video. There's a striking mermaid in Peter Pan who looks a lot like Ariel and could very well be Athena, who was slain by pirates. The 2 films' release dates help bolster the theory as well. The Little Mermaid was released in 1989 when Ariel was 16. Peter Pan was released in 1953, and the unnamed red-headed mermaid would have been 36. Ariel was born in 1973, so maybe Athena was slain as a result of the actions of Captain Hook. I mean, yeah, I believe it. Yeah. The fly was once human in the Emperor's New Groove. Cusco's journey into the scary jungle is made scarier by this theory. Only animals who were once humans can talk. So when the fly gets caught in the spider's web and screams, "Help me, help me," it's revealed that he or she used to be human and was turned into a fly, so the spider is eating a person. And that is why I don't like spiders. I mean, yeah, I believe that theory. Okay. Did Ariel see the evidence of King Agnar and Queen Iduna's sunken ship? I wish. Yeah, I mean, Frozen 2. Again, y'all. Frozen 2. A theory puts the sunken ship carrying Elsa and Anna's parents somewhere around Atlantica. There are similarities between the King and Queen's ship and Ariel's shipwreck. But then again, maybe all the ships look kind of the same. Yeah, they do. Yeah. I mean, look, it's a fun theory. It really is. But then we got Frozen 2. Frozen 2. Ruining everything. Okay, here we go. The next part of this crazy theory. Elsa and Anna's mom and dad are also Tarzan's parents. No. To be fair, I don't think I believed this theory before either. Like, because they look nothing alike. Like, people are like, oh my gosh, the similarities between Anna and Elsa's parents and Tarzan's parents is unmistakable. And it's like, what, they have a face? Like, there's nothing similar. Like, even if you want to say, okay, like, they were missing for a while or whatever. Like, even if you were to, like, age them up or down or left or right or whatever, it's not them. It can't be them. And then, of course, Frozen 2 comes along and debunks that theory mercifully. At least we debunked something good. But yeah, anyways, I'll read the theory anyways. This rumor has been floating around for a while. No kidding. But the co-director of Frozen, Chris Buck, reignited the rumor during a Reddit AMA. The theory goes like this. King Agnar and the pregnant Queen of Arendelle survived their shipwreck and ended up in the jungle. Although Queen Iduna gives birth to a boy who turns out to be Tarzan, she and her husband don't fare so well. Buck explains it. They end up building a treehouse and a leopard slays them. So their baby boy is raised by gorillas. So, in my little head, Anna and Elsa's brother is Tarzan. But on the other side of the island are surfing penguins to tie in a non-Disney movie Surf's Up. That's my fun little world. Yeah. At least make them look the same. At least. Like, no. Chris Buck, no. 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 Just no. Okay. Belle and Beast's granddaughter is Tarzan's Jane. This age-old theory, too. Here's why fans believe this. Okay. Jane understands Tarzan, so she must be fluent in Beast. Like her grandmother. Okay, well, first of all, Beast didn't speak Beast. Beast spoke English. And, I mean, if you want to headcanon it, he spoke French. I don't know. But, like, he wasn't having trouble speaking English. Like, he was speaking normally with Belle. Like, they were speaking the same language. Like, problem number one of that theory. They resemble each other, and Jane has some pretty fancy plates in the jungle that seem like something her grandmother would have handed down. Okay. Yes, the Mrs. Potts and Chip Easter egg. Definitive proof that Belle and Beast are Jane's grandparents, great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents, depending on how far back you want to go. Mrs. Potts and Chip being in the jungle during Tarzan could work, except for one little thing. They all got turned human again. Like, they're not Potts anymore. Now, you can argue that maybe they turned into pots that resembled, like they turned into tea set that resembled the tea set that the Beast had. Maybe. And I'll buy that. I mean, the dress, which is something that's not mentioned in this theory, but also something that many people mention. I mean, it doesn't look the same at all. At all. But, you know, okay, whatever. And then Fluent in Beast, like, it's not like Prince Adam the Beast was like, rawr. I mean, he did get mad, but I mean, overall, he and Belle were pretty much able to communicate with no language barriers. So, yeah, clearly not speaking a different language. I don't buy this one. I think it's a fun idea. In terms of plausibility, no. I'm going to go with that. Bing Bong from Inside Out is a Monsters, Inc. monster. He saved Joyce so she could save Riley. But the good news is that maybe he's not gone forever. We learned from Monsters, Inc. that children outgrow their childhood fears, so the theory holds that Bing Bong was a monster from Monsters, Inc. and didn't really perish inside Riley's mind. It was only her memory of him that perished. Maybe he'll live on behind the door of another child. I really love this theory. And not just because, like, I want Bing Bong to live on forever, but it's a really fun theory, and I think it's pretty plausible. You know, he looks like he can be from the Monsters, Inc. world. Yeah, I'm gonna go with it. I think I like this theory a lot. I'm gonna go with it. Okay. Carl dies early and up. Yes. Depending on who you ask, this theory could be seen as either very sweet or very sad. Or both. Just before Carl goes to the retirement home, he passes in his sleep, and the rest of the movie is his journey through the afterlife. Russell, according to this theory, is an angel guiding Carl and will get his wings/badge when he has reunited Carl with Ellie. Perhaps Doug is a delightful talking dog spirit guide who wishes that all squirrels will rot with Hades. I really think this theory is plausible. I think I like this theory. You know, Carl, he lived a long life. He did. And you know, old people, they die. It happens. So why not? Like, the whole first 10 minutes of the movie is, like, sad, so why can't we just have a happy story? Like, that he's dying and reuniting with Ellie. Like, it's perfect. I like it. I'm gonna roll with it. Okay. This one. Mother Gothel from Tangled is the evil queen from Snow White. Either Disney is having us on, saying that all power-hungry witches are the same, or the evil queen is Mother Gothel. There's the dagger they both use. Gothel keeps hers in a box, while the evil queen gave hers to the huntsman to end Snow White. Then there's the obsession with the perpetual youth, and when they both turn into crones, they look pretty similar. Okay. Is this theory plausible? No. Is this theory still fun? Yes. Oh man, there's so many plot holes with this, but it's a fun theory, and I mean, I personally love it. I don't see it being true at all, but interesting, and that's what's important. Aladdin happens in the future. Due to all the pop culture references, the story may very well take place in the future. It's possible that their jokes about the 90s and flying carpets are a thing. Another theory holds that the lamp salesman was merely pitching a tale just to make a sale. Yeah, both of these. I mean, look. The great Robin Williams. Yeah, he kind of improvised those. So, that's why we have them. I mean, that's the behind the scenes reason of why we have them in the story. Yeah, sure, it takes place in the future. Why not? But the lamp salesman is merely pitching a tale just to sell you the lamp. That is truly what I believe. This could be fun, right? So, in terms of taking place in the future, I mean, sure, why not? But the whole thing is made up is just pure gold. And I like that one better. Brave's witch is Monsters, Inc.'s Boo. Yep. Boo learned a thing or two during her time with Sully and Mike. One of those things being that she knows how magical doors work. The theory holds that when Boo grows up, she begins her search for Sully. One of the doors she goes through takes her to Brave's world, way before Sully's time. While she hangs out in Merida's world, she's still searching for him while gaining full knowledge of the will-o'-the-wisps. This explains the way she disappears when she goes through wooden doors. Plus, she carved herself a Sully to remind herself of one of her old friends. Okay. This theory. I mean, sure, why not? But I don't... You know, as horrible as it's going to sound, Boo can't even talk. Like, she is a toddler. She's practically a baby. I doubt very much that she is growing up remembering her monster friends and the monster world and how the doors work. Because she can barely string two sentences together. So, yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily plausible. I'm gonna go with no. Kristoff is wearing Sven's mom's pelt. Kristoff and Sven grew up together, but possibly they became close because Sven was abandoned when his mother was killed by ice harvesters. Kristoff is given a reindeer pelt as a baby, and it's possible that it is Sven's mom's. Even if the coat isn't made of her specific pelt, it's still made of reindeer. Yes. That the only reason that Kristoff and Sven are friends is because he's wearing reindeer, and it's like, oh, it's comforting. Yeah. It's weird, but it's plausible. And I'm going to go with that. Alright. Nemo is not alive in Finding Nemo. This bummer of a theory holds that Nemo passed along with his mother Coral and the rest of his potential siblings, and that the movie is Marlin's journey to cope with his grief, literally the 5 stages of grief. There's also a hint in the name Nemo. It means nobody in Latin. I believe this one. Am I crazy for doing it? Yeah. But I believe it. I think it's plausible. I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes. Okay. So we've made it to 16. No, 16. Tangled predicted the world being quarantined because of the coronavirus. Look, I'm not gonna lie, there's a whole lot of coincidences. I don't think that necessarily means anything. Like, as of March 2020, if you're reading this in the distant future and this whole thing has hopefully cleared up, a global pandemic caused strict quarantines and isolations, forcing people to stay inside to avoid spreading a new unknown strain of the flu called COVID-19, caused by coronavirus. Yeah, okay? If you're reading this in the future, not fun times we're living in right now. Fans quickly noticed an eerie parallel between the conditions of the world and Disney's 2010 animated feature, Tangled. And we're going to go into those strange coincidences right now. Tangled tells the story of Rapunzel, a young princess who has magic hair that keeps her mother from aging. Are we calling Gothel her mother? Okay. Her mother decides to lock her away in a castle to keep herself looking young. The town Rapunzel is isolated from, however, is called Corona. Fans quickly took to Twitter suggesting Disney predicted the spread of the coronavirus and that the town of Corona in the film represents the pandemic, while Rapunzel represents the people all around the world who are self-isolating. Yup. I mean, look, it's strange and eerie coincidences. That's for sure. But do we think that Disney predicted this? Like, or is it just a coincidence? I think it's just a coincidence. I feel like if this had been, if Tangled had come out a little bit closer to 2020 instead of like a decade before, I would have bought it a little bit more. Maybe. No, I wouldn't have. Because this is a weird theory. Like, Disney is not sitting there predicting the future. Disney doesn't have, a crystal ball sitting, in the executive office where they're like, what is going to happen in the world? That would be really cool if they did. But I'm pretty sure they don't. So the idea that Disney essentially predicted this whole thing with Tangled, Not likely. I think it's just all a strange coincidence. Does it make me naive? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I don't believe it. I think it's just one strange coincidence. And that's it. Yeah, so that's the list of plausible fan theories. Very weirdly persuasive fan theories. Some of them were, some of them weren't. That's just how the cookie crumbles, I guess. Let me know. What was your favorite fan theory out of the list? And do you think Disney predicted the coronavirus with Tangled? Let me know all that in the comments down below. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Click the notification bell so you can be notified when I upload my latest videos. Follow me on all the socials. The link is in the description down below. And I will see you all in another video. Bye, guys.